Magazine Dreams finally has distribution in the US and it is set to be released very soon. I honestly didn't really know if this day would ever come due to the acts committed by Jonathan Majors. Remember when it got picked up by Searchlight for distribution out of the Sundance Film Festival, there was a lot of buzz, a lot of awards potential for Majors at the time. So I immediately put it on my radar and I can see what everyone was talking about because there's so clearly a lot of passion on display from him and his performance here. But I found the movie, and especially the story, to leave more to be desired. Probably the biggest thing that a lot of people are going to come out of the movie saying is that it just feels like a movie that we've seen before. It's very much so in the same vein as Taxi Driver or a Joker. To the point where after I kind of figured out what the movie was trying to tackle and where it was going to go, I knew what was going to happen scene after scene. I knew that we were obviously building up to a breaking point with this character, and because of that, it is hard to watch. There are many times when I was kind of cringing. You feel so bad for this character, and I think that the movie does a good job at making you feel genuine empathy for him. This is a very emotionally traumatized character, and I couldn't help but just feel for him and want him to get the help that he needs. The things that he does in the movie are very hard to defend, but I still found myself just wanting to see this character in a better light and hoping that he could get some help. And in that regard, the movie balances that very well. I never felt like I couldn't watch the movie because the guy was too much of a villain. It's a really immersive movie and experience because of this tight story that, while it is predictable, the atmosphere, it's very atmospheric. And again, it's just hard to watch this guy tear himself apart and all of the stuff that he has been through while you don't really learn everything about him and up until that point. I do think that Majors delivers a performance that is one of the best so far of 2025. He's pouring every single ounce of him into the role. Like, you can tell how much he cares for this character. I was always curious to see if he would ever go into that overacting territory, but I have to say that he balances that very well. He doesn't cross into that territory too much, if at all. Some could label it as awards bait in the movie, and as a whole it could feel like that to some, but I found his performance really to just sell me on the entire experience. And if there was an actor here that wasn't giving it their all, I think that the movie would have suffered because of that. And even just going more into the atmospheric part of it, there was a very immersive long take as Major's character is ready to go into a competition, a bodybuilding competition. He just got into a fight of sorts without getting into spoilers. You honestly feel sick because you're just watching this character put himself through such immense pain, mostly due to the acts that he's committing, but he's so tortured by this perspective that he wants people to have of him and if he's good enough to be a bodybuilder. I do think the movie really effectively makes you feel compelled by that aspect. For the first hour at least, I found it to be an immersive experience. After that, I thought that the movie started to dip in quality. I found that it was just starting to meander around like the hour 20-minute mark. I was still interested to see what it was building up to and if the conclusion would be satisfying, but in the end it wasn't. There's a character that I thought was going to be really important in the movie, and it turns out she isn't, and she kind of just gets overlooked, and I think that the movie, had they have included her more in the back half of it, it could have led to a more compelling conclusion. I think there was more to be explored there, and I wish that we saw more of it, but maybe they were worried that they would get into too familiar territory if they had kept her more in it, because I think there's an aspect of Joker that was eerily similar to the aspect in this movie. Same can be said for an aspect in Taxi Driver too. I just wish it dove more into the aspects that led to this character being so severely emotionally damaged. Doesn't have anything new to say about toxic masculinity or body image and how we perceive ourselves and how we want others to look at us. You can tell that there's a lot of pieces to build to a really interesting and compelling story overall, but it never really fully got fleshed out. Just doesn't reach the great status that it could have very well. I think that Majors is giving it his all. It's worth the watch just to see him deliver everything that he's got on screen. I was immersed the first hour, and then I felt myself losing interest as we got further and further into the movie. It's unfortunate, but it's just a mixed bag. I'm gonna give Magazine Dreams a C+, and like I said, I would recommend streaming it just for the performance alone. Be sure to leave your thoughts on the movie down below in the comments. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed it. And as always, look forward to more content coming soon. My name is Ben. People call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.